Have you ever looked at your medical reports and felt confused? Everything says normal, yet your body feels heavy, slow, tired, and unmotivated. Your limbs feel weighed down, your mind feels foggy, and even simple tasks feel like effort. You start wondering, if nothing is wrong on paper, why does my body feel like this? This is one of the most frustrating experiences people have today, and it's far more common than you think. Doctors say your tests are fine, family says you're over 10, and slowly you begin doubting yourself. But here's the truth most people never hear. Feeling heavy and slow docent always show up in standard medical reports. Your body can be struggling long before lab values cross abnormal ranges. Let's start by understanding what normal really means. Medical reference ranges are based on averages, not optimal health. They show what's common in the population, not what's ideal for your body. Many people are functioning at a low level of health, so normal can still mean tired, inflamed, stressed, or depleted. Symptoms often appear first. Numbers change later. One of the biggest reasons your body feels heavy is low-grade, chronic inflammation. This is not the dramatic inflammation you see with injury or infection. It's subtle, quiet, and persistent. It comes from poor sleep, stress, processed food, gut imbalance, environmental toxins, and inactivity. Inflammation makes tissues swell slightly, slows circulation, and interferes with how cells produce energy. The result is a feeling of heaviness, stiffness, and sluggishness that blood tests often miss. Another major factor is mitochondrial fatigue. Mitochondria are the tiny power plants inside your cells that create energy. When they're under stress from poor nutrition, lack of movement, toxin exposure, or chronic stress, they produce less energy. Your organs may still function normally, but you feel slow, drained, and weighed down. This kind of fatigue doesn't always show up in routine tests. Stress plays a huge role here, even when you don't feel anxious all the time. Long-term stress keeps your nervous system stuck in survival mode. Cortisol stays slightly elevated, muscles stay tense. Digestion slows. Blood flow shifts away from repair and toward survival. Over time, this creates a body that feels tight, heavy, and exhausted. You're not relaxed, but you're not energized either. You're stuck in between. Then there's lymphatic congestion, something rarely discussed. Your lymphatic system helps remove waste and excess fluid from tissues. Unlike blood, it doesn't have a pump. It relies on movement and deep breathing. When you sit too much or move too little, lymph fluid stagnates. This can cause puffiness, heaviness, body aches, and a dull, sluggish feeling, even though all tests appear normal. Gut health is another hidden piece. Poor digestion leads to toxin buildup, nutrient deficiencies, and inflammation. If your gut isn't absorbing nutrients properly, your muscles and brain don't get the fuel they need. This creates a heavy, slow feeling, especially after meals. Bloating, fullness, and fatigue often come together, but many people don't connect them. Hormonal signaling also matters here, even when hormone levels fall within range. Hormones don't just need to be present. Cells need to respond to them. Stress and inflammation can cause hormone resistance, meaning signals don't get through properly. The result is low motivation, low energy, and a sense of physical drag, even when tests say everything is fine. And let's not forget dehydration at the cellular level. You may drink water, but if minerals are low or stress is high, water doesn't enter cells efficiently. Dehydrated cells produce less energy and create more stiffness and fatigue. This shows up as heaviness, brain fog, and muscle weakness, not always thirst. What's important to understand is this: your body is not lying to you. Symptoms are real data. They are early warning signs, not imagination. The body often speaks through sensation long before disease develops. Now, let's look at the everyday habits that quietly build this heavy, slow feeling over time. Habits so common that most people never suspect them. One of the biggest contributors is constant sitting. When you sit for long hours, blood flow slows, muscles weaken, and oxygen delivery drops. Your body is designed to move to stay energized. Without movement, joints stiffen, muscles feel heavy, and your nervous system shifts into a low-energy state. Even if you exercise occasionally, long periods of sitting can still make your body feel sluggish throughout the day. Eating habits matter more than calorie counts. Large meals, frequent snacking, or diets high in refined carbs force your body to divert energy toward digestion over and over again. This leaves less energy for your brain and muscles. After eating, you may feel weighed down, sleepy, or mentally slow. Over time, this pattern trains your body to associate eating with fatigue. Poor sleep quality is another silent factor. You might sleep for 7 or 8 hours, but if your sleep is light, fragmented, or misaligned with your natural rhythm, your body doesn't fully recover. Deep sleep is when tissues repair, inflammation reduces, and energy systems reset. Without enough deep sleep, you wake up feeling heavy instead of refreshed. Breathing patterns also play a role people rarely consider. Shallow chest breathing limits oxygen intake and keeps the nervous system in a mild stress state. Oxygen is essential for cellular energy production. When oxygen delivery is low, muscles fatigue quickly and the body feels slow and dense. Deep, relaxed breathing helps restore lightness and circulation. Another overlooked habit is overstimulation. Constant notifications, background noise, screens, and multitasking keep the brain slightly overwhelmed. Mental overload translates into physical fatigue. Even when you rest, your nervous system doesn't fully shut down. This leads to a drained yet restless feeling, tired but unable to relax. Dietary deficiencies can develop quietly too. Magnesium, iron, vitamin B12, potassium, and protein are essential for muscle function and energy production. But when these are low, muscles feel weak and heavy, and the brain feels slow. Standard blood tests may not catch early or functional deficiencies, but symptoms show up clearly. Inflammatory foods add to the burden. Excess sugar, processed oils, and artificial additives increase inflammation and water retention in tissues. This creates a puffy, heavy sensation in the body. You may notice tight rings, swollen feet, or stiffness without obvious swelling. Emotional load matters as much as physical load. Carrying unresolved stress, pressure, or dissatisfaction weighs on the body. The mind and body are deeply connected. Emotional tension often shows up as muscle tightness, fatigue, and heaviness, especially in the shoulders, back, and legs. Another subtle factor is lack of recovery. Many people push through tiredness without true rest. They sleep, but they don't recover. True recovery requires moments of calm, stillness, and mental rest. Without it, the body never fully resets. What makes this tricky is that none of these habits look dangerous on their own. But together, day after day, they slowly shift the body into an energy, heavy state without triggering alarms in medical reports. Now let's talk about how to help your body feel light, awake, and responsive, again without pushing harder or blaming yourself. The first shift is supporting circulation. Your body feels heavy when blood, oxygen, and lymph fluid move slowly. Gentle movement throughout the day is more powerful than intense workouts done occasionally. Short walks, stretching, changing positions, and light mobility wake up your tissues and signal your nervous system to come out of low-power mode. Movement doesn't drain energy, it creates it. Breathing is another simple but powerful tool. Slow, deep breathing increases oxygen delivery and calms the stress response. When oxygen reaches cells more efficiently, energy production improves and muscles feel less dense. Even a few minutes of conscious breathing can change how your body feels. Hydration needs quality, not just quantity. Drinking water with natural minerals, spreading intake throughout the day, and supporting electrolytes helps water enter cells instead of passing straight through. Proper hydration improves circulation, muscle function, and mental clarity. Eating for energy means balancing meals. Protein supports muscle tone and metabolism. Healthy fats support hormones and nerve signals. Fiber supports digestion and detoxification. When meals are balanced, blood sugar stays steady and the body doesn't swing between heaviness and crashes. Sleep needs rhythm. Going to bed and waking up at consistent times trains your nervous system to recover properly. Even small improvements in sleep timing can reduce inflammation and improve energy. Reducing inflammation gently helps the body feel lighter. This doesn't mean perfection. It means more whole foods, fewer processed ones, and enough nutrients to support repair. When inflammation drops, tissues release excess fluid and tension. Supporting the nervous system is key. Moments of quiet, reduced screen time, time in nature, or simple stillness help the body exit survival mode. When the nervous system feels safe, energy returns naturally. And finally, trust your body's signals. Feeling heavy and slow is not weakness, it's information. Your body is asking for support, not pressure. When you respond with care instead of force, things begin to shift. You don't need extreme fixes. You need consistent signals of safety, nourishment, and movement. Over time, the heaviness lifts, the body feels more responsive, and energy flows more easily again. Feeling heavy and slow when medical reports are normal can be deeply confusing, but it doesn't mean nothing is wrong. It means your body is speaking in a language that numbers don't always capture. Symptoms are early signals, not imaginary problems. They are your body's way of asking for attention before something more serious develops. Health is more than test results. It's how you feel in your body each day, how easily you move, think, breathe, and recover. When circulation slows, stress stays high, digestion weakens, or inflammation builds quietly, the body responds with heaviness and fatigue, even if reports look fine. The path forward isn't about pushing harder or searching endlessly for diagnoses. It's about restoring balance through small, consistent changes: movement, nourishment, hydration, rest, and calm. When you give your body the right conditions, it remembers how to feel light and alive again.